All right, well, let's move on then. And our research team is standing by with CNBC-TV18's top stocks that you need to track for the day. So let's get them up for you on the screen. Hormuz, you go first. Tell us on HCL Tech.
A couple of announcements actually for HCL Tech. I'll start off with the one they made last evening, and that was the one that they've signed a deal with Deutsche Apotheker, which is the Germany's largest cooperative primary bank. And now that deal is to enable fast and secure banking services to its customers. It's a $278 million deal, will span across 7.5 years. And Apobank, which the bank is also known as, now that became a client for HCL Tech in 2021. So it is an extension of that partnership through the form of a new deal. Now the latest announcement that they made this morning is that they have expanded their engineering and R&D partnership with Olympus, and for that they are going to establish a dedicated product center in Hyderabad for managing their operations, and this center will cater to Olympus's operations across US, Europe, Middle East and Africa as well. So a couple of positive developments coming in for HCL Tech coming after the Wipro deal win as well, so expect the stock to open in the green.
All right, thanks very much, Hormuz, for that. So keep an eye out on that one. Well, Go Digit, the recently listed insurer, reported numbers, and this is the first ever sort of earnings set in their listed avatar. Yash is here with details. Yash, morning.
Well, Prashant, as you rightly pointed out, first set of numbers after listing from Go Digit General Insurance. The numbers, on the face of it, look mixed, but with a positive bias. I'll tell you why exactly that has happened. As far as, the book is concerned, that is the top line growth has been very, very strong for Go Digit. The net earned premium, for example, has grown by 42% in the fourth quarter of FY24. The reason why, there's a positive bias, as I say, is because the underwriting performance has become weak in this particular quarter. Underwriting loss has increased by 21%, but with a little caveat. The commission and the total expenses made by the company in this particular quarter has increased drastically. So your total commission is up about 9.2 times, and total expenses, they've increased by about 40%. Despite that, the impact that you see on the underwriting performance, is very small. So your underwriting loss has increased 21%, though your operating profit has grown to about 494 crore rupees versus a loss of 9 crore rupees. Your net profit is also up about 106%. Importantly, 60% of the book for Go Digit is motor insurance, where the loss ratios are going down. Health, which is about 20%, there the loss ratios have increased as far as the last 3-year trend is concerned.
All right, Yash, thanks a lot for that. So that's about Go Digit. Meanwhile, just keep an eye out on TVS Supply Chain as well. There is regular course of business, but incremental positive coming in from there, as they've announced a new 5-year contract with Daimler Truck Southeast Asia Private Limited. The deal value is undisclosed, but remember, management joined us post their fourth quarter earnings, and they did say that they are targeting double-digit growth in the integrated supply chain solutions in FY25, part of the business which is getting this deal from Daimler Truck. And also they target about 10 to 12% of annual revenue coming in from new businesses and sequential improvement in margins. So the talk is being walked right now with this deal, and see some green on TVS Supply Chain as well.
All right, Mangalam, thanks a lot for that. Well, let's get in Vamakshi. She's tracking a few more stocks in the news. Vamakshi, morning.
Well, good morning, Nigel. Let me first start off with Tube Investments. The company and its arm TI Clean Mobility have signed a definitive agreement with a couple of investors. This is for additional subscription of compulsory convertible preference shares of 160 crores in TI Clean Mobility. Now, with this, TI Clean Mobility has completed tying up targeted fundraise of around 3,000 crores from Tube Investments as well as other investors. So overall, this bodes well for Tube Investments, and as a result, expect the stock to open higher today. But on the contrary, we have a couple of counters, MTAR Tech as well as ACE. The promoters have offloaded a part of their holdings in the open market. MTAR promoter Saranya Reddy has sold 1.9 lakh shares on June 6th and June 7th, which accounts for nearly 0.62% stake. And in fact, with this, her stake has declined from 3.22% to 2.59%. ACE promoter Mona Agarwal has also offloaded nearly 13 lakh shares, or around 1.09% equity yesterday. And with that, her stake has declined from 25.74% to 24.65%. So overall, going with the red for MTAR Tech as well as ACE.
All right, Vamakshi, thanks very much for that. So keep an eye out on these stocks. GMR Airports is the other one we'll look out for. Vivek is here to tell us why. Vivek, morning.
Well, good morning. So GMR Airports, they were part of Jefferies conference, and they gave a presentation to analysts as part of the roadshow that they were doing. Now, what are the key takeaways that GMR Airports has indicated? Number one, they're saying that both the expansion that they're expecting both in Delhi as well as the Hyderabad airport will be aiding traffic growth as well as the non-aero revenues going forward. They also expect the merger of GIL as well as GAL to be completed in the Q1 itself. We are saying that as far as the Delhi airport is concerned, and this is something that's quite important, the company has filed for new tariff application and they are expecting that this will be implemented in the fourth quarter of FY25 itself. Along with that, the management focus will continue to remain on developing airport platform strategy, consolidating the non-aero business and reducing the complexity. They are saying that number one focus as far as FY25 is concerned will be on managing leverage. Remember, net debt inched higher in the fourth quarter. Along with that, they are saying that there are a lot of questions in terms of whether there would be dividends coming. What the company has said is that now they will continue to use cash flow towards expansion to capture growth. And what they are saying is that once the tariff increase does come through, they will be able to generate a significant amount of free cash flow, and that is something that the market is looking forward to. Remember, the stock is in the F&O band today.
Absolutely, Vivek. Thanks a lot for that. The stock did well in yesterday's trading session, has done well in the last 12 months, but with it entering F&O band, it moved off the highs in the session. So let's see where it goes today, even as commentary is positive, the stock in F&O band. But let's move on to Upasna with more stocks in news. Upasna.
Good morning. First up, let me start with Camlin Fine Sciences. The company's wholly owned subsidiary, that is in Mexico, has entered into a share purchase agreement to acquire 100% stake in Vitafor and its underlying subsidiaries. And mind you that the total debt of the Vitafor group stands at 6.5 million euros. Next up is Dollar Industries. The company signs Mahesh Babu as the brand ambassador, and it aims to open 50 exclusive brand outlets across South India by 2027. The company also aims 50% sales growth in South India in 2024 to 2025. And lastly, Wipro will also be in focus today as it launches Lab 45 AI platform designed to increase efficiencies and transform business functions. So all in all these three stocks will remain in focus today, and I expect them to open in green.
Thanks for that, Upasna. Well, here's a quick recap of all the top stocks that we're looking at. We look at HCL Tech, Go Digit General Insurance, TVS Supply Chain Solutions, Tube Investment, GMR Airports, Camlin Fine Sciences, Dollar Industries and Wipro. While stocks with negative news flow include MTAR Tech and ACE.